Hi once again to all our friends, our followers, our loyal supporters of iGreyhound. This is another Thursday evening, and we hope that you have made Thursdays as your regular habit as we prepare for this first episode of iGreyhound for 2024. My name is Cecile Henove, and as always, we look forward to all the exciting episodes for iGreyhound and for this initial episode for the year. In fact, to open the year 2024, which is the hallmark actually of Foundation University, because we shall be celebrating our Diamond Jubilee, but that's going to be another story. We would like to welcome to our midst here in our broadcast studio the reigning Hara sa FU 2024, as well as her royal court. And this is an opportune time for all our televiewers to get to know them up close and personal. May I start off with our Hara sa FU 2024. She is Miss Ghysha Shaine Apostol. Hi, Ghysha, and pleasant evening.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Yes, and beside Ghysha here is the first runner-up. Yes, Ghysha, by the way, comes from the College of Nursing. Our first runner-up comes from the Foundation Preparatory Academy in the person of Miss Princess Crizyl Abendan. Hi, Princess, and pleasant evening.
A pleasant evening, Ma'am Henove.
Yes, thank you very much. And yes, last but certainly not the least is our second runner-up, and she comes from the College of Business Administration in the person of Miss Princess Mariane, Agir. Yes, there you go. Hi, Mariane, to distinguish you from the other princess. Hi, Mariane.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening to all three of you. Looking at you ladies, I actually attended your coronation night, and if you remember, we had a very nice tete-a-tete during the presentation of candidates earlier last December. But may I ask each one of you, has it sunk in now that you are representatives of your various colleges for Foundation University? May I ask our Hara sa FU?
Actually, I still can't get over that I was crowned as Hara sa FU 2024 because who would expect that I will have the crown?
Yes, out of 10 candidates. Yes, yeah, but of course you deserve it, no? Ghysha, yes. And how about Princess?
For me also, Ma'am, I still can't believe that I am crowned as the first runner-up, as Hara sa FU first runner-up, because knowing that I am the youngest among them, and all the time management that I've done, because before I joined Hara, I also joined Buglasan Festival. That is when we represented Foundation Preparatory Academy during the inter-high, and I never thought that I've come so far, and you know, it's such a blessing and an opportunity.
Yeah, it was a hectic December, no? Yes, and how about Mariane?
It still feels like a daydream for me, ma'am. Like really being in the royal court is beyond imaginable. Having with spending time with my fellow candidates who are very lovely, and they have all this very good personality, very empowered woman, and who would have thought, that I'd be in the royal court. So it's really a good opportunity for me, ma'am.
Yes, and in fact, this is one, probably I would like to say that this is the best time for all of you to represent your colleges. After all, we are doing Hara sa FU not only to promote beauty, intelligence, and wit, but to showcase the best of what we can offer at Foundation University. So may I ask our reigning Hara, you're a first-year student nurse, if I can call you as such, no? But your experience of being at Foundation University for just a few months, because this is your first year, your first semester, in fact, how has it been so far? Adjustment of your schedule, and now that you are Hara, do you foresee some changes in the schedules that you will be meeting?
At first, when I first here at Foundation University, I feel so welcome because the staffs here are
Just so approachable, and when I joined Hara sa FU, I feel accepted, and the College of Nursing recognized my potential, and they believe that I can do this. And the changes, there were just few changes. At first, it was like awkward because I don't really have close friends here. But then along the way, I met my friends, and then just get along with it.
Yeah, I think this was one of the questions that I asked of you also, Ghysha. Why did you choose nursing as your career choice?
I want to help people. Like, especially in the hospital, some of the people are, yes, most of the people, all of the people are sick. So I want, I want them to feel that they have someone to take care of them. They have someone in there beside them who will assist them.
Yeah, nursing, after all, is a nurturing profession.
Yes.
Do you see yourself as somebody who is cognizant of the needs of other people and being a nurturer, a natural nurturer?
Yes, ma'am. I have always seen myself as a nurse.
Okay, as a nurse, no?
Yes.
Even perhaps as early in your life as a young girl.
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you. I'll get back to you. And then for Crizyl, yes, you are the youngest, no? Among the 10 candidates representing the Foundation Preparatory Academy. And we noticed, well, all of you, all ladies were very talented. They really showed what they can offer to the audience as well as to everyone who were present during the coronation night. But Crizyl was one particular candidate who probably like embraced all of them, no? You know, the stage and everything. Yeah. How did it feel, Crizyl, your first time perhaps to join such a pageant? Not really.
Actually, ma'am, it's not my first time,
Okay,
but
yeah.
I can say that it's one of the biggest pageant I
okay.
joined. Like I joined La Cambini and Lacan,
Okay.
like Miss Intramurals and like that. So on, I didn't expect that I'll be joining a pageant, which is Hara sa FU.
Yeah.
It is
It's like a major pageant, no?
prestigious
Yeah, major pageant.
pageant,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
And
okay.
It feels so amazing. I feel like it's a training ground for me to leverage this Hara sa FU experience for my future endeavors.
Yes, right. Thank you very much. No? So for a very young candidate, the youngest in fact, but all of you are really young, no? But maybe when we talk about the level where you are in,
Yes.
perhaps Foundation Preparatory Academy is the youngest among the candidates. Yes, thank you. And how about for Mariane, to distinguish you from the other princess? Mariane, also a first year, right? Again, management, accounting, yes, okay, yes. And I think this was one of the questions I asked of you as well. The difference between management as well as accounting. But your course is a combination.
Yes, ma'am. And then about my course, ma'am?
Yeah.
Management accounting, it provides a financial information to internal users of the company, and it's different from accountancy, but we're in the same program, accountancy program, and I think it is also important and should not be neglected because of our course, just because we're like different from accountancy, but actually what we are learning is the same, just as our information that we provide is for the internal users, ma'am.
Yes, okay. And yeah, thank you very much, Mariane. And I saw how you ladies prepared, no, for the big night, the activities leading to the big night. And I think I will be remiss if I don't ask you how you felt, what your thoughts were when the standard question was finally brought up, coming from no less than our university president, who I know is also monitoring us and watching us. Can you mention to all our televiewers, in case they may have forgotten, the standard question, Ghysha?
Who is D5 and why D5?
Okay, my gosh. Now, did you remember what you replied to, what you answered?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay.
At first, when it's my turn to
Answer.
answer the question, Mr. Fernando showed me the question first,
Okay.
and then I said, "Oh my God, what kind of question is this? How am I supposed to answer this?" And I go back to what my speech coach said. She said that always speak what's on your mind and connect it to yourself. And then I go back to the question. The question is, who is D5 and why D5? And then I have no idea who D5 is.
Okay.
But then there's a question, it's who and why. So, okay, I don't know who D5 is, then I will be D5. Okay, then
Yes.
I will just answer it safely. So I answered, I am D5 because I am here representing the College of Nursing and I have an advocacy. That's why I answered my advocacy and I finally
Yeah.
answer the question.
Yes, you connected the question to your
Yes,
advocacy. Yeah, so you said that you were D5. Yeah,
Yes.
but I think no one can be faulted in case they may not have known who D5 is. No, but of course now you know, huh? D5 is
Yes.
our university
Yes.
president. Dean 5 is Cinco,
Cinco.
right? Yes. Okay. Very nice. Yes. How about Crizyl?
Honestly, after I heard the question, Ma'am Hinove, I feel like it's a logical question.
Logical?
Yes,
logical.
Logical.
Okay.
It's a logical question, and it's more like a riddle. But I don't know who is D5.
Really?
So what I did is I searched in my mind a trait or
A characteristic.
a
maybe?
characteristic that can be connected to the letter D. But the only thing that comes out into my mind rather is deforestation and development. So
Okay.
between the two, I choose development. So that's why I connected development in our different suicidal issues, because as a humanities and social sciences student, we tackle more about the matter that is happening in our society.
Yes, yes,
That's
okay.
how I answer the question.
Yeah, so characteristics or traits of
Yeah.
human beings, no?
Yes.
In particular. Yes, that's quite interesting. We were all really egging on what you would answer, because of course we know, no, who D5 is. Yeah, quite exciting as well. No? How about for Mariane?
Yes, ma'am. I was the first to answer.
Yes, you were candidate number one.
Ma'am, and
Right.
it was nerve-wracking, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
I was walking up to the front, and the host was holding the question. And if you can rewind the live, I was seen like doing like that, ma'am. And then it's
Peeping at the
D5.
paper?
Yeah,
Peeping.
yeah. Afterwards, the host just lets the other candidate see the question. But for me, he did not. So I was like doing like that. And I first saw the word D5. I said, "Who is D5?"
And why D5? No? Yeah.
Yeah, I was having a small pause at the moment, but then I related it to, I think, also the how people evolve, with development, how change is constant, and no matter how many trials and tribulations human has experienced, we always find a way to just evolve and develop in the way.
Yes, okay.
ma'am.
So I think all of you ladies spoke from the heart,
Yes,
no?
ma'am, yes.
Notwithstanding that you may not have known exactly who D5 is and why D5. Let's, I hope I'm not putting you to a spot, huh? But let's now do a reprise of your standard question, but now that you know who D5 is, can you answer that now that you know who D5 is? So in other words, let's have a repeat or a reprise of the standard question. The only difference is that now you know who D5 is. He's our university president. Maybe I'll give you maybe 5 seconds to gather your thoughts while I speak. Yes, okay. Yeah, now that you know who D5 is, I think this is going to be fun, no? No pressure. After all, you all have your crowns already. I just thought of it really now that I listened to how you answered. Yes. Let's start, of course, with Hara sa FU 2024. Yeah, Ghysha. Who is? I'll say the question again. Huh? Who is D5 and why D5? Ghysha.
D5 is our own dean here at Foundation University.
I forgot his name.
Actually, it's Victor Vicente,
Victor
and then
Vicente,
his
and
nickname is Dean.
Okay.
Dean Cinco.
Victor Vicente.
Dean is his nickname. Cinco. That's our university president. Yes.
University president. Okay, I am still exploring.
Oh yes, it's fine. It's fine. So he's our university president.
Yes,
So who is D5? You have answered that.
It's
and then
our
yeah.
university president. Okay. Why D5? Because he is our president.
Okay.
D5, Dean.
Dean,
Cinco.
yeah,
So,
Cinco.
D is for Dean and Cinco is for 5.
5 is for Cinco.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. How about Crizyl?
I believe D5 is someone who is innovative, someone who is very smart, and of course have this kind heart. I believe D stands for Dean, and 5, when we translate it in English, we get a 5. So
Okay.
it's what I mean is that it's the opposite one. cinco is in when the 5 is in English, and when we translate it, it becomes cinco. So D5,
Spanish,
yeah, it is
into
a
Spanish.
Spanish, derived from the Spanish word. So it's D5, Dean Cinco.
Yeah.
It's our university president.
Okay, but of course you have him. You have Sir Dean Cinco in your
Yes.
mind, no? Okay, yes, of course, yeah. Yeah, how about Mariane?
For me, D5 is a very down-to-earth person, loving, caring, and intelligent mostly. He is none other than our Mr. Dean Cinco. And why him? I believe it's because he's the one who made sure that Foundation Nights has, maintained quality education all throughout, and that who made sure that even after walking outside the premises, that we got the education and the knowledge, the wisdom that we intend to have here at school, and even outside we still have that. And then he's the one who made sure that Foundation has a very upright, like how can I call this? Like image, something that when you walk outside the school, you have this exponential, componential intelligence that is provided, and our intelligence is enhanced, and then when you walk outside the school, we can proudly say that we are really Foundation Nights.
Okay, so D5, if I may also articulate what you ladies have said, would be the epitome, no, of what Foundation University stands for, which now leads us to the fact that for 2024, we're opening the year, no, with a bang. 2024 is actually a banner year for Foundation University because you'll still be around, certainly, of course, as we prepare to celebrate our Diamond Jubilee. Imagine that, no? Foundation University is going to be 75 years old. We were founded, or the university was founded in 1949, and this year we are celebrating our Diamond Jubilee, our 75th year. Now, thoughts from you ladies, because being Hara sa FU, representatives, no, representing your various colleges, and of course being the spokesperson of the student body and the young people that we have here, I'm pretty certain, perhaps, no, that you have something in your mind as to how Foundation University would approach its Diamond Jubilee year. No? It's a milestone, 75 years old. It's only once that you get to be 75. Maybe we can relate it to your respective colleges. Nursing, College of Nursing, Foundation Preparatory Academy, and then the College of Business Administration. So your thoughts on how or where Foundation University would be going as we prepare to celebrate our Diamond Jubilee this year. Yeah, Ghysha, would you like to answer it?
Okay, it would going to be so much activities and more fun compared last year, the Katajaan 2023, and it would be more fun.
Yes, okay. In terms of the accomplishments and also the milestones from the College of Nursing, how do you foresee yourself being part of the college as we prepare for our 75th Diamond Jubilee? Perhaps in your own small way, speaking as a first-year student of the College of Nursing, how can you contribute, for example, in your own small way?
The Foundation University College of Nursing has quality education, so I believe that one thing I could contribute is to assist also the students as well. And although I am a first year, I know I can help them even in a small ways, like assisting them on the College of Nursing, not just in our department, but also here at Foundation University.
Yes, and by the time, now that we have just opened the second semester, you would already be in your sophomore year. Yes, okay. And how about for Crizyl? Thank you, Ghysha. How about for Crizyl? You're grade 12, right?
Yes,
You're in grade 12, and God willing, of course, you'll be finishing your senior high school. Yes. Plans, anyway, collegiate plans, degree programs that you plan to take up after senior high school?
So after senior high school, ma'am, to be honest, I've already planned my future. So I really want to become a lawyer. So I I will take a pre-law, which is pol sci. However, I have this also in my mind that I would take education. Entering law school, you can have different degree. That is your pre-law. So I'm thinking of taking a education major in special ed or secondary, since it's my sister who support me financially, and I want to teach first, then teach in America, because she's in America. So I want to teach in America. Then after that, I'll be the one to support myself when I enter law school. So that's my plan.
Okay, and then you, of course, would be enrolling here. Or is it too early to say that?
It's too early to
yes,
say
but
that,
anyway,
but-
Anyway, your thoughts on the 75th anniversary of your alma mater. You've been here since first
since
year.
Grade 11, so it's my second year.
Okay,
here, and
so you you joined Foundation Preparatory Academy when you were in senior high school,
Yes,
grade 11 and then grade 12. Yes, okay. So far, what can you offer, perhaps in your own little way, in the celebration of our 75th or Diamond Jubilee?
It's a celebration, and I want that Foundation Preparatory Academy, since we are known to be the home of the true champions as our university as a whole. I want that our department will provide a budget for us to have this activities, to also make initiatives, like we will have a contest. It's about dancing, singing, or whatever. Then after that, we will invite speakers from our university to tell us about our success last year, and that's it. I just want to make our next year to be spectacular.
So be a part of the planned activities, no? Foundation Preparatory Academy. Very good. Yes. How about for Mariane? Thoughts on our forthcoming Diamond Jubilee, Mariane, please.
Yes, ma'am. For the 75th Diamond Jubilee,
Yes, Jubilee.
Foundation University, I reckon there are plethoras of activities, and I think that Foundation University always hosts this very big event and very fun events. And if I may insert my college department, then I think it would be also nice if we can have like a small sell and buy, something like that business. I think, we can introduce also some products that maybe is made here by Foundation University. I think that would be one of the ways to also promote our university. And if you may ask where, then I can say we can hold the activities or the 75th Diamond Jubilee, I believe everywhere, just because Foundation University must be celebrated not just here in our school, but must be also known to the whole Dumaguete or even the universe.
Yes. or where Foundation University is going or headed for, no? Now that we're celebrating our 75th Diamond Jubilee. So in other words, it's like 75th, but onwards actually to the centennial, no? It's just a short 25 years from today. But of course, we're looking forward to many events that we will be holding. And very quickly, the things that you may have remembered in your experience as Hara sa FU candidates, very quickly, from Ghysha down to Mariane. Memorable experiences that you may have remembered so far, very quickly.
The memorable experience. There was a lot actually from the what you call that? The first interview. I feel like, wow, there are lots of amazing ladies, and I don't see them as my
like competitors.
Competitors. I just see them as my sisters.
Yes, okay.
Because I have joined a lot of pageants since I was 13. That was my first pageant at our school in Dilans, located at Bindoy. It's Demetrio L. Alviola National High School, and that was my first experience. And with that experience, I joined more pageants, and then the memorable experience here at Hara sa FU was so many to mention, but the major was the coronation night.
Yes,
because who would have thought that I would have the crown? This is my first crown of all the pageants that I've joined, and
Okay.
I have mixed emotions because I have always been a runner-up, and I always said to myself that I think I was not just really enough, but then I always believe that my time will come,
Yeah.
and it's finally here.
Yes, and your
The time has finally come.
your time has finally come, or has
Yes,
come
ma'am.
at last, no?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Ghysha, and for Crizyl, maybe one or two memorable experiences, or maybe the most memorable, something that you will not forget.
My memorable experiences in a nutshell, it would be meeting these ladies, meeting my ates. It was such a great experience having them, especially the practices. And when after the practices, uy, food.
Okay.
That's the most,
So bonding time, no?
yes,
Through
the
food.
bonding with my co-candidate. It was, like, I didn't imagine that I will find another family. So it's such an honor also to meet those ladies, because every ladies that I've met that time, they have different stories that I've learned also. And yeah, I'm just very thankful for those small moments, that friendship that turn into families. And
Yeah, so you gained 9 more friends, no?
Yes.
Crizyl, yes. Okay, how about for Mariane?
For me, Mom, I think it's really, the people that I've worked with, down from my handlers to my department to my lovely fellow candidates who we embrace sisterhood and womanhood. It's really, I think, the best experience, even without, maybe not having the crown, I would still be very, very thankful that I've joined this pageant, even though I'm not really big on pageantry myself. And I'm leaning more towards just academics, but I took the risk. And so I met this amazing ladies, and also I've gained a lot of experience. I think one of my favorite experience was going to the orphanage, where I think I almost cried back there, because seeing those kids, having, plenty of dreams was very inspiring to me. And, the privilege that I have, I want also to share it with others. And having to join this pageant is really amazing. And long story short, I feared and then I conquered.
Yeah, yes, probably something that is in your bucket list, and then now that you have conquered it, so to
Yes,
speak, no, you can tick it off as part of your bucket list. But again, very quickly, before we end this particular segment, no, before we shall also be talking about what you plan to do for your advocacy. Is this something that you now find relevant? Being in a pageant, all of you had said it's a nice experience, gaining friends and so on, but deep inside you, and now that you will soon be embarking on your respective advocacies, do you think that a pageant like Hara sa FU would be as relevant, or would be far more relevant than other pageants that you may have known for, especially for Ghysha, because as you had mentioned, this is not your first time to join a pageant. Yeah, Ghysha.
Hara sa FU 2024 is very different to all of the pageants that I've joined, because in this platform, we really had to make our advocacy, work on our advocacy, because we had a budget. And also, like, we need to make our advocacy and work on it. Yes.
Yeah, so it's far more different, or a level higher, no, or a notch higher than other pageants, no, not only on beauty, but of course on what we call a substance for the ladies.
Purpose.
Yes, your purpose. Yes, right. Yeah. How about Crizyl?
Hara sa FU is known to be not just a glamorous stage, but of course, women with substance, a catalyst of change. I believe that Hara sa FU is relevant because we will be given an opportunity or a chance to use this platform to advocate for a cause, to be a catalyst of change. We can make an impact in a very small way, and as a student also, it is a training ground for us to really know what is happening in our society as a whole. If ever one of us will be in politics or whatsoever, it would be a training ground for us to foresee those different issues. And of course, Hara sa FU it taught me a lesson that is not always about the beauty and all. It's about how you communicate with people, how you become a, change starts within ourselves. And I think that's the great thing about Hara sa FU,
Yeah,
because
so it's not only superficial,
Yes.
no? Although of course beauty is beyond skin
Yes.
deep, as they say, no? But this is something that, as Ghysha had also mentioned, somebody who serves with a purpose.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Crizyl. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Mariane.
Hara sa FU is and will always be relevant because not everybody is given the chance to voice out for the causes that they believe in. And like I said in Robinson, that Hara sa FU always roots back to its advocacy. So even if you win or don't win at all, but I think it's win-win even though you don't or have the crown. So yeah, everybody has this advocacy that they are strongly passionate about, which is I think they can inline it with their course or department. But Hara sa FU will teach you that you are beautiful with a purpose.
Yes, right. Wow. Can you imagine that? No, you're being representatives of your respective colleges, and now that you're representing as well the university would really make all of us proud of who you are. We shall be talking some more with our Hara sa FU 2024 as well as her members of her royal court after we come back after these few reminders. We shall be right back.
Welcome to Foundation University, the home of the Greyhounds. Programs offered: become who you want to be with our state-of-the-art facilities. Conducive for learning. An eco-friendly environment. With friendly, reliable, and committed staff and faculty. experience? Join us. Make a difference. Be a foundational.
Yes, we're back once again, and we are still speaking with our Hara sa FU 2024, as well as her first runner-up and second runner-up. And this time, we had actually started discussing a few things about the forthcoming Diamond Jubilee of Foundation University. And yes, there were a total of 12 candidates for Hara sa FU. It's overwhelming, no? 5 candidates is really already something. 10 would be something, but this time, last year's Hara sa FU had 12 candidates, and you are 3 of them occupying the members of the Royal Court. And this time, because as you ladies had mentioned, Hara sa FU is one particular pageant that does not only focus on beauty, but it's actually beauty with a purpose, or focusing on what we call today as a woman or women of substance. And you are not exempt from this. And aside from this particular fact, all of you have also prepared an advocacy, and this time it's going to be streamlined as we approach our Diamond Jubilee. And you had expounded on this actually already during the coronation night and even during the presentation of candidates. So this is one particular time where you can tell the entire world what you plan to do or what you have been doing as far as your respective advocacies are concerned. Let's start off with Ghysha.
Okay, my advocacy is called Nurturing Our Future by Promoting Children's Nutrition and Wellness. So this will focus on children and their nutrition and wellness, because when I was a child, I don't experience like I was, what do you call that? Like I was not taken care of, yes, nutrition, because my mother and father, despite of our social status, my mother is only a housewife and my father is a fisherman, but that is not a hindrance of them to provide us with my siblings proper nutrition and wellness. And having those things made me realize that I am so privileged, and I want to extend a hand. I want to help the children with that privilege that I have. I want to help them. That's why I advocate this children's nutrition and wellness. Okay. And my plans are, currently I am still planning, because during my Christmas break I spent all of my time for my family, because I really need an academic break, because I was so stressed, especially in the Hara sa FU, because it was a lot of practices, and I go like so late at night and then wake up early in the morning to go to school and then go back to practice again. That's why I need to relax. And once I go back here, I plan to have education for educate children about the importance of nutrition and wellness, as well as to collaborate with schools, especially in elementary schools, like public schools in barangays and the daycare center, and also in the healthcare center. I would also collaborate, and I cannot do this alone, so I would also ask help from our department and also here at Foundation University.
Yes, and certainly now that you are explaining it to us, our televiewers, this is perhaps one opportune time for some individuals, who may want, or organizations who may also want to pitch in and help you out in this particular advocacy. Yes, and it's in relation as well to your being a student nurse,
Yes,
proper nutrition. Very quickly, Ghysha, of course, we would say, no, that being nourished in a particular way or better nourished would be one way of helping these children, no? Maybe even achieve something academically and even socially, or for their mental well-being or for their personal well-being. Very quickly, for example, no, if a child may be malnourished or perhaps poorly nourished, in what way would you be encouraging him or her or the people around this particular child to make sure that this child gets proper and good nutrition?
Of course, I would start to the people who take care of the child. So it's the parents or the guardian. I would suggest that he or she should provide like healthy foods for that child in order to live a healthier life, because we know as a child we had a lot of dreams, a lot of future. So it is always our responsibility to take care of our children because they are our future leaders.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and in fact, if one child may be left behind, so to speak, no, because of poor nutrition, it will of course cascade down to other children. Yes, that's a great advocacy. Yes, thank you, Ghysha. And for Crizyl?
My advocacy is GEDC, which is Gender Equality, Disability, and Social Inclusion, which is very evident also in Foundation Preparatory Academy. And background of that, growing up, I experienced also firsthand how discrimination and biases can impact someone's life in a very negative way. That's why I've come up with this advocacy also with the help of Sir Aljun and Ma'am Chari. And also, I'm planning already to conduct a activity which is named as Raise Your Flag. It's not only, it doesn't focuses only here in Foundation Preparatory Academy, but I'm also inviting the society as a whole, different organizations that doesn't only focuses on LGBTQ community, but of course women also and people with special needs.
Okay, so GEDSI is GEDSI. Yes,
GEDSI.
okay. GEDSI, yeah. Very nice. Yeah, thank you, Crizyl. Yeah, for Mariane.
Yes, ma'am. My advocacy is entitled MSME Sustainable Business Management, a Path to Economic Prosperity. So, as I said, when we only have 25% of adults who are financially literate here in the Philippines, and I think having that statistics, the need for financial education looms large, and so by that I would want to give help to those people in dire need of financial knowledge. I think also that's one of the major problems here in the Philippines, ma'am, where there are a lot of hardworking people. We can see this. My mother is also a vendor, so I could see her struggle from, like waking up 4 a.m. in the morning and then closing up at 6, and it's like very struggle. And if one does not meet the, basic permits or requirements of the LGUs, then I believe their stores will be shut down, and all the hard work is wasted. So I would want to help those people in need just by information dissemination, giving out handbooks, also by having seminars. My college, the College of Business Administration, has a lot of professionals who are really expert in this field, and so I am very happy that my dean is very supportive about this advocacy of mine. And also we have partnership from a lot of organizations, so I believe that I'm already crafting my draft about this, so I am very excited to start my advocacy with this.
And MSME stands for
micro, small, medium
enterprises. Yes, okay. So this deals on vendors, no? And perhaps those who would like to start up a business.
Yes, also to those who like, not just vendors, but also to those people who, wants to start up their business but doesn't know when, where, how to start their business.
Yes. And I think, as you had mentioned, no, that's one of the things that people are really challenged about, no? Yes, okay, yeah. Now that you have outlined what your advocacies are, and I think you had prepared for this even while you were doing rehearsals for Hara sa FU. But by now, since not exactly that you are compelled to do so, but we believe in fact that because Hara is a notch higher than other pageants that focus on beauty, but this time it's actually more of our service, the university's service to the general community. For Ghysha, listening to you, no, even from day one, your selection of your advocacy or your choice of your advocacy stems from your childhood, no? And I think it's very heartwarming for you to say that despite your status as a family, your parents really made sure that you get proper nutrition.
Yes.
Maybe you can tell us a bit. You can tell our viewers a bit on how this has gone about as a child.
I grew up in my grandmother because my mother had to work, like some errands, rackets, we call that in Bisaya, and then my father had to go fishing in order to provide food. When I was like newborn, after 4 months I have an asthma, and then they never failed to provide me good health. They sent me to hospital, and I've been there for like 2 months, I guess, or 4 months. And then I was so glad that they are my parents, because despite of the hardships, the struggles, less fortunate situations, they have never showed signs of giving up. Instead, love, determination are what's in their hearts.
Yeah, and going out of their way, no, to really provide you the care as well as the attention.
As well as proper education.
Proper education, of course. Do you have siblings, if I may ask?
Yes, ma'am. I have two siblings.
Okay.
The first, my second sibling was boy, and he is in grade 4. And my third, my sister is in preschool.
Oh, so you are the eldest among 3 children. Yes, very nice. No, we have to congratulate as well as commend your parents, no, for raising you well too.
Yes.
No, yes, and now your Hara sa FU, they should be very proud of you.
Yes, they have always been very proud. They have been supporting me since my first pageant, and all of the pageants, they're always there.
Yeah, very nice.
Yes,
very nice. So of course they were there also
Yes,
during that coronation night. Yes, very nice. Yeah. For Crizyl, thank you, Ghysha. For Crizyl, again, the experience that you had, no, as a child, I think that's pretty much evident among the advocacies that you have. So yeah, tell us a bit about that, Crizyl, your experience as a child or as a student or as a young girl.
Growing up, I've been surrounded with diverse yet unique people, specifically gay people, and I experienced firsthand that there are still individuals, even in this present day, that are discriminating LGBT community, and not only the LGBT community, but of course women also, and people or individuals with special needs. And I want to make a difference, even though it sounds hypocrite or whatsoever. I just want to be a catalyst of change. Even in a very simple way, I can make a safe space for them, because they've always been a part of my life. They've been the one who raised me to become who I am today. That's all.
But yeah, that's good. No? And Foundation University is very inclusive.
Yes,
no?
that's the great thing about Foundation University.
And you feel that, of course.
Yes, of course, ma'am. Since we always practice that in FPA also.
Yes, right. That's good. No, that's good to know. And in fact, we have had several interviews of our so-called LGBTQIA community, and it has truly garnered a lot of reviews, positive feedback as well. Yeah, thank you, Crizyl, and for Mariane.
Yes, ma'am. Growing up, my family has always been talking about business.
Okay.
And we sometimes joke about, making our own business, like what's the name, how is the structure of the building looks like, but we never started it, because I think one of the factors is we lack that we lack that knowledge, how to start a business or what permits to get, something like that. And now that I am a business student, I think it is time for me to bridge that knowledge gap, to also help those people to really be more confident about their ideas of starting a business, to not fear about what the future will hold of their future businesses.
Yes, yes. You know, again, that's something that all of us should be thinking about. No, you want to start a business, but how do you do it? No, considering that there are a lot of requirements, perhaps. No, and this is where you come in your advocacy. Yes, you also mentioned that your mother also is vending something.
Vendor, ma'am. She actually makes like soups, and then she sells it.
Okay.
And a lot. I think through that she makes a lot of friends in the neighbor.
Great, great.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And oh my God, I'll tell you, ma'am, she cooks really good.
Great. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
Okay.
And then
So she goes around the neighborhood, no?
No, she has like a small stand also.
Okay.
But when when it's like 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and when her cook is not really sold, then she also goes around the neighborhood. Sometimes, with her friend Ante Felisa, and sometimes I wait by the her stall and just watch over also her business.
Okay, but she was able to start that business with, of course, with the proper
Yes,
requirements and documents,
Yes.
of course. That's good. With your help already?
I
Or-
also told her a few, ma'am, because that would be so hypocrite of me.
Yes, of
But
course.
I also told her, I said, this is the requirements. We searched a lot on the internet. I think
Okay.
also some reliable stuff. And we also went to LGUs to ask about how, it varies upon the LGUs. Sometimes they're not very strict, sometimes they are. And then we really went on with, the guidelines, the permits and requirements, so that her hard work will not be,
Yes.
in a waste.
Yes, right. And that's something that's also equally important, just like your advocacies as well. Going back to Ghysha, after all, this is something that even schools, would probably look into: proper nutrition for the students, for the pupils, and perhaps for the families also. This is quite vast, no, Ghysha? It's quite vast. You'll have to encompass a lot of organizations, perhaps, individuals, as you had mentioned. You can certainly not do it alone. But being a student nurse and having been, of course, educated at Foundation University College of Nursing, are there ways by which you can very specifically do these things? Maybe not really based on scientific data, no, or maybe on statistical data, but something that really comes from you. How can you do that? Even in just a simple way, like distributing food or something, no? That may be too simple probably, but something that you can immediately do.
I plan to create some colorful presentations because and you know what, children loves colorful stuff.
Yes,
so
yes.
I also plan to make games, and of course at last we will have a snack, like healthy snacks. And that's my plan, initial plan.
Yeah. It's like a reward, no?
Yes,
Maybe if they'll do something right, then you give them a
Yes.
reward. The reward would be like healthy snacks or healthy food.
We know that children loves
Yes,
rewards.
and I think the presentation, as you had mentioned, presentation of the food, no,
Yes,
would matter a lot. Yes. Okay. For example, let's see. If a child, for example, is not really a big fan of eating veggies or vegetables, how would you encourage them to eat veggies?
A child, we cannot really force a child, but I will do my best, introduce the vegetable. We have props. We draw
Okay.
vegetable. I also love drawing, so I'll put eyes, then with smiley face,
Yes,
and
okay.
talk this is how beneficial it is for their health, for their
Yeah.
bodies.
So start them young, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And perhaps I will also be there to listen to you, no? And encourage me as well to eat vegetables.
ma'am.
Yes, of course. No, yeah, thank you, Ghysha. For Crizyl, some specific, but not exactly the nitty-gritty of how you would like to implement your advocacy.
Since we've already have an organization in Foundation Preparatory Academy, which is WAYA, I am planning
What does
to...
it stand for? I'm sorry.
WAYA, it stands for You Are Welcome,
Uh-huh.
which is I just forget the
You are welcome.
you are welcome no matter what you are. Like
okay.
your identity or
Yeah,
whatsoever.
yeah.
So I just want to promote that organization in the society as a whole through different mediums, such as social media, such as here in Foundation Preparatory Academy, we tell the students seminars and all.
Okay. How about somebody whom you can talk to? Would that also help? I'm just thinking aloud. Somebody whom I can approach or somebody who you can talk to.
It would be.
Will you lend an ear to them?
It would be our administrator rather, Sir Silorio, Mr. Silorio.
Yeah.
He is one of the behind the success of our organization.
Okay. Yeah. So it's the expert, so to speak, no?
Yes.
Who somebody can talk to.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good start, no? Actually, yeah. How about for Mariane?
Yes, ma'am. For my advocacy, I first will reorganize my social media account, maybe to, as people nowadays are really into social media, and maybe I can advertise, or we can advertise there our advocacy of who wants to, join our seminars or some sort of that. And also after that, we will have information dissemination, and then for my my location, where I would hold my advocacy, I think it would be really just in the heart of Dumaguete, of which people are really interested in doing business, or because before my presenting of the advocacies, I actually went around Dumaguete and surveyed a lot of people, and they are really, I really pity them, ma'am, of how they are really sometimes clueless about things like that. And so yeah, I'm really hoping that my draft rather, I actually drafted it already, would really be a success.
Yeah, so listening to you ladies, I think it's a gargantuan task, no? My goodness. But here you are, young as you are, you have thought of this innovative and at the same time challenging, but very laudable advocacies coming from you. Wow. And from all the other candidates who also may have advocacies of a similar stature, we take take our hat off to you really, as you make sure that these advocacies are being implemented. So Godspeed to all of you. I wish you all luck. My goodness, this is your first year of your reign, and we are also doing this as part of the 75th or the Diamond Jubilee of the University. So congratulations once again and Godspeed. So with that, friends, we bring to a close this particular episode of iGreyhound, as we have taken up the advocacies of our Hara sa FU, and now that we have known them up close and personal after their coronation night last December. Please do not forget, we are also being streamed live on the Facebook page of Foundation University, and we are also being telecast on Channel 6 of Filproducts TV-Dumaguete. Please do not forget as well, our replays are on Fridays and Saturdays from 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 3 in the afternoon on Channel 6 of Filproducts TV-Dumaguete. Thank you once again to Miss Rofi of Yvonne's Closet for making sure that I look chic on the show as always. This has been Cecile Henove bidding everyone a pleasant evening.
Grit, determination, resilience. These traits are what made Foundation University overcome the obstacles of the pandemic for more than 2 years. With the future being uncertain, it was difficult to make plans. Life, or whatever was left of it, in the minds of Foundationites was at a standstill. This year, just in time for the new academic year, Foundation University shows to the world that she can weather any storm. With full face-to-face classes back, the campus brims with life as teachers and learners make up for time spent online. The challenges in the past have tested how far Foundation University can go. From where we are, there is nowhere we can go but up. As we rise and stand united, we face the coming year with optimism and hope as Foundation University proudly soars on her 74th year. Just as the Greyhound is capable of leaping to greater heights, so does Foundation University. FU at 74 proudly soars.